We're live at Flat Rock Park here in Kerrville, and in just a few seconds, America's weatherman, Al Roker, will be joining me. But he is, just to give you some perspective of why he's here, in case you're just tuning in, he is part of the Lending a Hand initiative, which was started back in 2002 by Al Roker himself and the Today Show. So we're talking over 20 years later, and they're still helping many communities across the U.S. After some sort of natural disaster or any sort of a disaster, they tend to go out to those areas and literally lend a helping hand. And you may have heard David at the top of the show mention how this is likely the largest donation that they will be giving here to folks in Kerr County. So we'll be talking to him in just a moment. I mentioned earlier as well, if you're just tuning in, that the Guadalupe River behind me is very quiet and calm right now. But a little over a month ago, on the morning of July 4th, exactly after 5:15 in the morning, the river rose to a record 34 feet. It was at 1.82 feet at exactly 5:15, and then in about an hour and a half, it rose to over 34 feet. All is quiet right now. The park is completely dry, but that too is astonishing to know that this was completely covered in water. If we come back to me, I just want to show you the tree behind me. Earlier I also mentioned how the blue indicates that the tree should not be cut down. There's still plenty of debris on some of these trees. Also hard to believe that the water rose so high. I mean, these are large trees, so just imagine how the branch that's broken off there was completely covered in water. We're not really expecting, as you heard Joe say, any rain anytime soon, which I would say, although it is still needed, it's a good thing since folks here are starting, or I should say continuing to rebuild. So he is coming our way, America's weatherman, Al Roker. He's about to join me right now to talk more about why he's here. Come on in! Ah! I'm so excited. How are you?
Good,
nice to see you. So can you tell us more about what you're doing here in Kerr County?
Well, here's the deal. I mean, we've done this probably for 20 years or so, where, you know, there have been weather disasters, and we've kind of come in, people have said, what can we do to help? And we ask, what do you need? And we try to bring those two forces together. And you know, I mean, I was, you know, like much of America, on vacation. I didn't even know about it for the first, 12 hours or so, because our family had said, we're putting phones down, we're not doing any of those. And then when we saw it, it was like, oh my God, I mean, it literally took your breath away. And I said, we've got to do something. I called my boss, Tom Mazzarelli, back in New York, and said, what can we do? And they started making calls, and they said, look, we're still looking for people, sadly, you know. And so just give us a moment. And so that gave us time to really, gather our forces. And so we're down here, and this is the biggest one we've ever done.
That's what I hear. So this is the 23rd anniversary or year that you guys have been doing this, and I hear that this is the biggest.
Yeah, it really is. And look, this is they do everything big in Texas, so we figured we had to match that. Listen, I think we're not doing this for grandstanding. We're just doing this to here's what's, and I think it reflects what happens here in Texas, where a need is out, people step up. They don't need to know who they are, who other people are. And so before we even really got going, we had people calling us saying, what can we do to help? Are you going to be doing Lend a Hand? And so, but I got to tell you, and you've been down here on the ground, and even still now, you look at the damage, and that's what so the Guadalupe is this. I mean, yesterday it's like this benign kind of like almost like lazy river kind of float thing, and it became a beast.
Yes.
This monster.
I was telling our viewers how at 5:15 on July 4th in the morning, the river level was at 1.82 feet. In a matter of an hour and a half, it rose to a record 34 feet. And this park was completely covered in water.
Yeah.
And to see that these tall trees were almost completely covered as well. Well,
Crazy.
I know you can't give us too much, as you folks have to tune in, but the fact that
I will tell you, one of the folks involved just brought us breakfast, and it has something to do with a beaver.
Oh, I know exactly where you're talking about. Breakfast tacos is a huge thing. So I'm a Northeast transplant, and I found out about breakfast tacos the moment that I landed. So have you had a breakfast taco yet?
I just had one.
What did you think?
It's real and it's spectacular.
Oh, yes. Al Roker approved?
Oh,
Because I know you
Daddy
are
like.
you're a big foodie just like me, so I'm glad you like. Well, thank you so much. You have such a huge heart,
Well,
and thank you for coming to Texas and to Kirk County.
Honored and privileged to be here.
Thank you so much. Well, just tune in 7 a.m. hour here on News 4 San Antonio Today. We'll show you the Today Show and everything that Al Roker has to show you and offer. We'll be right back after the break.
That sounds a little odd. Wait a minute.
You have a lot to offer.